Alarm breaks out inside the Lehigh County Courthouse after an envelope containing a powdery substance is discovered. We're live with the latest next. Allentown police are asking for your help to crack the city's first murder of 2007. More tough talk and criticism awaits Robert Gates as he pushes the president's plan on Capitol Hill. Plus, a soccer superstar is coming to America. Good afternoon. I'm Jaciel Cordoba. 69 News at noon starts right now.
Your life, your world, your news. This is 69 News live at noon.
Some tense moments at the Lehigh County Courthouse in Allentown at this hour. A powdery substance was found on a letter, triggering a panic. We know the substance is not anthrax, but authorities cannot say exactly what it is. WFMZ's Jaccii Farris has been following this story. She's live outside the courthouse with the latest. Jaccii.
Jaciel, it's business as usual once again down here at the Lehigh County Courthouse, but that necessarily wasn't the case for several hours this morning. You can see people are going inside and out, going about their business. Now, we're being told by emergency management officials that the suspected anthrax turned out to be cream of wheat, but no one knew that when the envelope was opened at 9 this morning in the collections office. The courthouse was sealed immediately, and roadblocks were set up surrounding the area. Hazmat crews were brought in with special equipment to test the suspicious substance. Investigators aren't saying why they thought it was anthrax or if a note was found in the envelope. 4 people were in the room when it was opened. All 4 have gone through the decon process and are now at local hospitals as a precaution.
It's basically an outer clothing removal, showering if necessary, and so forth, just as a reassurance at this point in time type of thing for those people.
Anyone taken to the hospital?
No.
Now, once again, the substance found is believed to be cream of wheat or some similar food product. Again, no one was injured, but court business was brought to a halt for about 2.5 hours. Now, people stood around watching the spectacle of flashing lights and men in hazmat suits. They were worried that something serious was happening, but then when they found out it was cream of wheat, many were very upset, angry that this kind of prank was pulled at taxpayers' expense. Now, County Executive Don Cunningham says better safe than sorry. And, of course, we will have a full report on this coming up tonight on 69 News at 5 and 6. Live in Allentown, Jaccii Farris, 69 News.
A massive fire has finally been put out at a chemical plant in Berks County. It started at around 10 last night at Misco Products Corporation in Bern Township. More than 100 firefighters battled heavy flames into the early morning hours. WFMZ's Joel D. Smith joins us live now from the scene with the very latest. Joel?
Well, Jaciel, first off, everyone got out in time. There were no injuries to report of. And actually, this fire is just about out now, too, which means we're into a new phase, the phase of investigation and cleanup. Take a look behind me right now. You can see some of the charred debris, but it's kind of a weird smell here. Usually it's very smoky, and I got sort of a charred smell after a fire like this, but there's a weirdly pleasant smell here because of what they manufacture. This is Misco Company, and they make industrial cleaners and soaps. And in the last few hours, the rubble has just been moved around here so investigators can get closer into this debris and maybe find a cause. Meanwhile, even within the last hour, we have seen flames and hotspots here flaring up more than 13 hours after the fire began. The explosions and flames flying high into the air on Thursday night left behind twisted iron and sooty debris to be cleared and combed through Friday morning.
It's going to involve several hours. As you can see, the grappling hook that was back there has to tear apart the remaining portions of the building so we can get in there and do our job.
The State Police Fire Marshal's job is to find a cause for this fire that brought out approximately 150 firefighters from 16 different fire companies. He says that could take days. Of greater importance right now is what was in here and where is it going.
There's a mixture of hazardous and non-hazardous materials, acids, bases, and non-hazardous soaps and stuff like that.
Tens of thousands of gallons of materials have already been shipped off to a waste facility, while the colored water left behind is being handled in another way.
We've diked off the areas with truckloads of dirt, and we have vacuum tankers pulling, any runoff that goes. We've stopped the runoff on this end, so, as soon as we get everything cleaned up in between, there'll be no more real impact.
Now, that's no environmental impact because we hear a lot of this stuff is biodegradable. That's good news. So what about the impact on MISCO? Well, we did talk to the owner. He says there's no damage estimates yet, but because this is just part of his big facility here, just a storage facility, he expects to be open on Monday. That's the latest from here in Bern Township. I'm Joel D. Smith, 69 News.
Authorities in Allentown now know the cause of this fire. It started yesterday morning at this home near the intersection of South Bradford and East Wallace Streets. Firefighters say an electrical malfunction in the hot water heater sparked the fire. Neighbors reported hearing 3 small explosions, and officials say that was most likely the result of items stored in the garage that blew up. Luckily, no one was home at the time of the fire. Allentown police are investigating the first homicide of 2007. Police say 47-year-old Gregory Benton of Allentown was stabbed several times. It happened yesterday in front of Chan's Chinese restaurant at 7th and Turner Streets. Benton was taken to the hospital where he later died. Witnesses reported seeing a man wearing a black sweatshirt, black hat, and black hood running south on 7th Street at the time of the stabbing. Police asked anyone with information to call the crime tip line at 610-439-5911. And a routine patrol in Allentown became a bit more than police bargained for. They say a man became violent and tried to steal an officer's gun last night. It happened while the man, Bobby Wortham, was being arrested. Police found him shouting obscenities in the area of 8th and Linden Streets. Wortham was eventually taken into custody. He's charged with aggravated assault. Jury deliberations resumed today in the high-rise death trial in Harrisburg. 26-year-old Kevin Eckenrode is charged with the murder of his girlfriend who plunged from the window of his apartment last year. Closing arguments ended yesterday after he decided not to take the stand. He's charged with third-degree murder in the death of 23-year-old Rachel Kozlowski of Monroe County. She allegedly slipped from his grasp while dangling from the window. Tests showed the pair were heavily intoxicated at the time. Jury selection is underway for a former KU football player accused of murdering 4 people in an Atlanta courthouse shooting spree. Brian Nichols has pleaded not guilty to murder and other related charges in the March 2005 shootings. Authorities say he stole a deputy's gun as he was being taken to court and then killed 4 people. Nichols surrendered the next day after allegedly taking a woman hostage inside her home. Defense lawyers say they will make mental health an issue at his trial. Court officials say jury selection could last up to 3 months and the trial could go as long as 6 months. Nichols could face the death penalty if convicted. Icy conditions caused a few crackups this morning around Route 309 in Schuylkill County. All of the accidents were minor and no serious injuries were reported. This SUV slid off the road and ran into a guardrail in West Penn Township, and a truck skidded off the road right into a person's front yard. PennDOT trucks were out this morning salting several roads. Reading police are investigating a robbery at a bank next to another bank robbed just yesterday. This morning's holdup happened around 9 at the National Penn Bank on North 6th Street between Penn and Washington. Police say a man handed a teller a note saying he had a gun and demanded money. And that's the same thing that happened at the Sovereign Bank next door yesterday afternoon. This is a picture of the robber from that heist. Police are trying to determine if the 2 robberies are connected. President Bush's top advisors returned to Capitol Hill today to try and sell the president's new plan for Iraq. Defense Secretary Robert Gates will face more tough questions about the new strategy when he appears before the Senate Armed Services Committee. Yesterday, some lawmakers slammed the idea of a troop buildup as desperate and even dumb. Gates indicated the administration might abandon the troop increase if the Iraqi government doesn't come through as promised. He provided few details but said the military should know within months whether the new strategy will work. Many anti-war activists aren't buying the president's new war strategy. They took to the streets in several major cities to vent their anger at the administration. This is the scene last night in San Francisco where hundreds gathered for a rush hour protest. Many agree that sending more troops to Iraq would just give insurgents 20,000 extra targets. For the families of those serving in Iraq, the idea of more troops being sent to battle is causing more worries. One Lehigh Valley woman says while she supports her son's service in Iraq, she wouldn't wish her days of worry on anyone else. Lori Cawthon's son, PFC Ryan Critchett, is home on leave from Iraq, and he goes back next week. And Cawthon says she's worried that Critchett will have to stay longer than his estimated 8-month deployment. Critchett is committed to doing whatever it takes to support the president's plan 100%.
Well, number one, it's what I signed up to do. Of course, I don't, no one wants to be there any longer than they have to. But if a unit has to stay because of the effect that they've made on that area in a positive way, then I'd be more than happy to stay there.
Yes.
PFC Critchett's family is having a party for him today. They say they want to make enough memories to get them through this deployment, no matter how long it may be. There is still more to come on 69 News at noon. An American embassy is under attack this morning. After the break, we'll tell you whom officials are pointing the finger at. And a baby panda makes her television debut. Matt.
All right, we had a tough time breaking the clouds today, but overall temperatures still 10 to 20 degrees above normal today and tomorrow, but not for that long. Full details coming right up.